The total number of police stations from which we have obtained the results are 47,499, representing 93.61% of the total number of polling stations across the country. The performance per candidate is as follows. Bulira Frank Kabinga, 44,328, representing 0.42% of the valid votes cast for the candidates. Kasvante Robert, 32,224, representing 0.30% of the valid votes cast. Kyagulanyi Sentam Robert, 2,601,150. Mabirizi Joseph, 22,274, representing 0.21%. Sorry, in the case of Kyagulanyi, I beg your pardon, that tally represents 24.46%. 24.46% for Kyagulanyi, who has 2,601,150. Mugisha Gregory Muntu Oyera, 57,019, that is 57,019, representing 0.454 of the valid votes cast. Munyagwa Mubarak Serunga, 30,509 votes, representing 0.29% of the valid votes cast. Nandala Mafabi James Nathan, 202,802, representing 1.91% of the valid votes cast for the candidates. Yoweri Haburwa Kaguta Museveni, 7,643,778 votes, representing 71.88% of the valid votes cast.
Hello guys, the news that is reaching my table as per this morning, Uganda incumbent President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni is reportedly to be leading with 73.7% of the votes casted in Uganda. The total votes that are being counted is like over 80%. So we are just remaining with the 20%, but all signs shows that Yoweri Museveni is winning it with a landslide, and Robert Kyagulanyi, Boby Wine, stands at 22.7%. That's on paper. On paper, this looks like a landslide, but on television, it looks like stability. In Western headlines, it's called order. But on the ground, some things are different. But people are saying it's not all place of Uganda that there is tension. They're saying it's the only central place of Uganda that there is tension. But I'll say this clearly: numbers do not exist in a vacuum. A vote is not just a tick on a paper, okay? A vote exists inside a system. Why am I saying so? Because when you hear 73.7%, you may ask yourself, who controls the Electoral Commission? Who controls the security forces? Who controls the courts? Who controls the internet? Because all signs were showing that Boby Wine Kyagulanyi will win. But on paper, here is something different. Because to understand this election, you must understand the man. The man, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, did not rise as a Democrat. He rose as a guerrilla fighter. And he came to power through guns. And he stayed in power by ensuring that no other gun ever points in his direction. Now, for decades, Yoweri Museveni has mastered military loyalty, has mastered regional geopolitics, has mastered Western donor appeasement, and has mastered the language of African stability. Now, to the West, Museveni is reliable. To invention is predictable. To foreign powers, he is manageable. But to many Ugandans, especially the youth, he represents a future that never arrived. Let's be honest here, one thing for sure, no leader rules that long without having imposing fear, force, or structural manipulation. That is reality, okay? Museveni's supports come from rural region with limited access to the media and older generation shaped by war memories and fear of instability sold as peace. So this is not unique to Uganda. This is the Africa strongman formula. Now, Bobi Wine as a candidate, it was the simple. It was a symbol. Bobi Wine is not just an opposition candidate. He's a cultural disruption. He represents youth consciousness, digital mobilization, artistic resistance, fearlessness in the face of the gun. And Bobi Wine did not rise through elite institutions, but he rose through music, pain, and lived experience. And this is why the system cannot tolerate him. Now, let me be clear. 22.7% under repression is not weakness. It is dangerous strength. It means despite arrest, despite internet shutdowns, despite military intimidation, despite blocked rallies, millions of Ugandans still voted against the system. And the numbers represent potential and not defeat. Now, whenever an African election is truly competitive, the internet mysteriously disappears. And this is because truth travels faster than bullets. So when the internet goes off, evidence disappears. When internet goes off, coordination collapses. And this is modern dictatorship. Clean suits, digital silence, and control chaos. Western governments, they think this one is normal. They are reacting like it is normal. You know, they do not prioritize African democracy. They prioritize security cooperation, resources access, and migration control and military bases. So as long as Museveni delivers those, they will express concern and move on. Africa lives are negotiable, but African futures are secondary. Now, Uganda is very young and they are fighting for change, but this change is like it's not coming today. Museveni has takes it all. And he's going to win, and after winning, the Electoral Commission will announce he's the winner, and the media, the national television will announce he has won with landslide and call for stability. Museveni will come and call for peace, and all will go on. And that's what we are waiting to see. It is evidence that all our, what we are thinking as outsiders, it's coming to happen. What Ugandan people are thinking, some of them, it will not happen because some of them they are thinking we will have change this time. But I think, as Museveni said, he want last 5 years to rule. I think, a lot of people did not understand. Because if truly everything could point to Bobi Wine to take power, then the internet could be here. No arrest could be there. So everything that happened during election time was showing on one side that Museveni will win either through and fair or through rigging. But I don't want to say that he rigged, but the opposition is saying that Museveni rigged. But according to the information that is reaching our table, we are waiting to hear from the Electoral Commission, okay? Okay, let's wait until next update. I'll come back later.